What's going on, everyone? This is Dom, and today we're getting into something absolutely wild. I have the 8BitDo Ultimate 2 wireless controller here, and they were kind enough to sponsor this video, but I left out a little bit of key details in our correspondence. See, I don't have any game consoles, and I'm not a big gamer, though I have a solution. I do have a passion for software development, but disclaimer, I'm not a game developer, so this whole thing is about to be very, very interesting. So what we're going to do in this video is we are going to make a game from scratch, and with that game, we are going to test out the controller and see how it performs. So I'm pretty excited to dive into this and see how it turns out. So without wasting any further time, let's jump into it. We're just gonna unbox this real quick. And of course, we have our little dock right here. We have some instructions and some cables. This is nice. Okay. Peel off. Ooh, that was satisfying. Feels pretty good. Like, it feels like a nice, solid controller. And of course, we have the charging dock right here. I really like how this looks and feels. Like, it feels quality. You can see if we put it on the charger right here, it starts to light up at the bottom. Like, look at that. That's really cool. And there's other lighting on here, which we will definitely take a look at further in. Ooh, well, there we go. You can see them all lit up right there. And I just felt like a little bit of a rumble when it turned on too. So I'm pretty excited to see how that looks. Overall, this is shaping up to be a really cool controller, and I'm looking forward to getting more in depth with it. Okay, so we got the controller out of the box, and now it's time to, well, play with it, right? But we need to make a way to play with it. So we have Codex open right here, and I have an outline created for Mario Craft. This is just an idea that I came up with. 3D voxel action platformer stack and construction right here. So I kind of went back and forth with ChatGPT on this and got together essentially the core stack and everything that we want to use for the game. It's a mix of Minecraft, Mario, and a lightweight action runner, because it's just kind of a fun way to test out a controller like this. So essentially the stack here that we're using though is we are targeting iPad. We're going to use Swift for the app and the gameplay code, and Swift UI for the shell and the HUD, and then we're going to use Reality Kit for the 3D world and everything, and game controller obviously to be able to connect the controller here. So we're going to use Codex to build the core of the game, and then I'll jump back into Devon and use Claude to kind of make it look nice. So let's go into Codex here and get a plan written up based on the outline. I have an outline sitting in the docs folder of this repository that I want you to turn into a plan to build out the game as best as we can in one shot. We have the prompt here, and we're gonna send it off. It's going to look at the outline documentation and get a plan together. I've personally been using 8BitDo controllers for a long time, like back since they were making the little squared NES mock-up style ones, which I thought were pretty cool at the time, but they've come a long way, and I can't pick this apart like somebody who is a traditional expert in the gaming field, but I can pick it apart from a consumer perspective, and I just think the value is undeniable. From the paddles on the back, to the extra triggers and buttons, the custom lighting, and even the wireless charging dock, you're just getting a lot here. And as you can see right here, Codex just finished looking through the outline, and we have an implementation plan ready to go, which pretty much has all the numbers that I had set in there for normal speed and boost speed, the jump velocity. So let's go ahead and put this plan into action, and we should be good to go. And I know I've mentioned it before, but another thing I really enjoy about this is something that they didn't even have to add: the customizable lighting. Like, that's something that wouldn't have diminished the quality of this product if it were there or not, at least in my opinion. But I'm such a sucker for cool lights, and the fact that this has them, it's just chef's kiss. One of my favorite things about the Ultimate 2 here isn't actually the controller itself, it's the fact that it comes with this little charging dock. Now, some people might consider that a bad thing because you can't just easily swap out batteries, but for me personally, I love the charging dock, and the fact that it's included with the controller that hovers around the same price as other name brands anyway, it's a total win. All right, so Codex is finished up here, and it let us know that it didn't commit anything. Great. And it looks like we have everything ready to go. Let's go ahead and pull up Xcode here, and we'll run this on my iPad. We'll see what's going on. It looks like we have the Bluetooth controller connected here in settings, and of course I have my iPad just sitting right below here. Let's see what it did on the first pass. I'm pretty excited to see what this looks like. Oh, wow! Okay. Hold please.
Playing this on a day-to-day basis, just testing it out, putting it through its paces, I really do like the joystick quality. It feels really smooth. I don't feel any compromise here, and there's Hall effect triggers, which are good. I'm not the biggest gamer in the world, so I can't speak to every little detail on that, but for me, in my mind, there's no difference between like this and something that you would pay for directly from a console manufacturer or something. For what it's worth, if you blindfolded somebody and handed them an Xbox controller and the Ultimate 2, and they didn't know anything about consoles prior to this, I feel like they wouldn't notice a leap in quality between the two. And what's great about it is you're getting a lot more for the money over here, in my opinion.
Okay, so like I said, we're gonna go into Devon and use Claude. We're gonna go with Sonnet 4.6 thinking, hey, what's up, buddy? Can you please help me redesign this game a little bit? If you look at the outline, you can see exactly what it's supposed to look like and kind of get a vision for it. It's supposed to be Minecraft mixed with Mario, but I feel like the graphics are a little lacking, and overall, it's just not really giving me that flair. All right, so we got the prompt down. We're just going to send that off and see what Claude can do for us.
So at the end of the day, you're getting quite a bit of customization and functionality along with the wireless charging dock and everything that goes along with that for, I mean, roughly the same price that you could pick up a standard Xbox controller. And that doesn't even come with all the cool stuff the Ultimate 2 does. So I guess for me, the decision is pretty easy. And of course, I do have the purple version, but it does come in other colors. So I'll drop a link below if you want to find out more about that.
All right, so Claude has finally finished up. It's been, I don't know, like 15, 20 minutes or so, but it looks like we have some improvements here. So we are going to fire up Xcode and go ahead and run this and see what it looks like. Okay, look at that. Already like 1,000,000 times better. This is why I trust Claude for just design decisions. GPT 5.5 can absolutely crush everything on the back end, but Claude is so much better. Oh my gosh. And look at these little guys, look like they have little mustaches or something, but they're actually little mouths, I think. And look at our guy. It looks so generically awesome. I love it so much. It's Temu Mario Minecraft. That is totally cool. Let's get into some of the gameplay. Okay, so you can obviously move forward, left, right. You can control the camera. If you press B, it allows you to dash. So we can dash with B. I can lose hearts by getting hit by an enemy. Jump is A. And then of course we have X to swing the pickaxe and pick up new blocks. And if you want to lay a block, you can switch to different ones by pressing the Y button and then lay them with the trigger key. And as you can see, I just laid a fire block and it's killing all of those enemies as they come towards it. You can't actually pick back up the fire blocks though. That was part of the rules that I came up with. But let's go ahead and try to collect as much of these little coins as I can. Hit the end, level complete. Okay, that's actually pretty good. So this is a pretty solid game. I think that Claude did a pretty good job at polishing it up and making it look better. And of course, this thing just controls it like a beast. All right, so we did it. We successfully built a game and we tested the controller against it. And you know what? It worked out pretty well. I was actually pretty happy with the performance and just the overall feeling of this controller. And if you want to find out more about it for yourself, I'll drop a link down below in the description for you. I had a lot of fun though making the game and putting everything together, seeing it all come to life. So I'd love to know your thoughts. Hit the thumbs up button though if you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. This is Dom, and I'll catch you in the next episode.